Do you believe in the importance of community? Are you a naturally compassionate and empathic person interested in culture and public health? If so, a career of service administering Native Friendship Centers could be the path for you. Today we'll visit Abby Morning Bull of the Piikani Nation and her co-workers at the Napi Friendship Association in Pincher Creek, Alberta. Abby's been involved in Napi Friendship Association since childhood. Now, decades later and a mother herself, Abby is their executive assistant, intending one day to carry the title of Executive Director, or ED. However, as their crew demonstrate during our visit, job titles are one thing, but at Napi Friendship Association, everyone shares equally in the workload.
So I was a friendship baby, right?
Yeah.
I've been in this center since I was a high school student. This was one of my first volunteer jobs. I was president of the youth council. I was one of the reps at the provincial level. Came back as a youth coordinator, and now back as an executive assistant. So my office is over here. Yeah, it's a multifaceted job. I do a little bit of everything. My one role is mostly to, I support the ED in her role. Mm-hmm. A lot of it is administrative stuff, so taking minutes, drafting emails, sending them out communications posters, but a lot of it is also supporting the other staff because we have so much going on. So we just all work together and collaborate as a team to get stuff done. As far as staff, there's our executive director, myself as the executive assistant, our bookkeeper, our youth wellness coordinator, our receptionist who's currently frying up hamburger. And we have 7 summer students.
Wow.
But Tana's our receptionist, and right now our ED is also making fry bread, which is a regular thing in this place.
She's making fry bread and I'm making Dana.
Are you?
Yeah.
The executive director gets right hands on.
She is. She is. She's right in there with us, and that's one thing too. I think a lot of people, leadership, right?
What brought you to work for Friendship Centers?
I've been here since 1986. I was working in Lethbridge and I volunteered there at their bingo when it was Lucky's Bingo, and I used to do the soup kitchen. And then I did summer employment, and then Friendship Center, each day is a new day and it's not the same. So that's why I like it.
Abby told us that their center is running 84 community service programs each year. That's more than one a week.
Our ED really believes in is making sure that people have access to food and to have a meal. So we run Soup and Fry Bread third Wednesday of every month. It's a free meal open to the community. We have our food supplement, and then when we host any events, we always do a big feed. This is our sea can. And it's kind of one of our side programs, I want to say. Let's just put it kind of canister in it. So like I said, it's full of secondhand clothes.
Oh yeah.
Any housing items that people might need if somebody had a new start. We have dishes, we have appliances, we have some books.
Oh, you even got baby stuff strollers.
Yeah, exactly. We had a community member who lost their home in a fire. They were able to come and get clothes for their kids. And we have everything from babies to adults. We even have some newer stuff that was donated to us, so it still has the tags on it and stuff as well. So
nice. This
is our summer stock. We also have winter. We do. This is our multi-purpose side. So it's an open space that the community can rent if they should need to. But it's literally multi-purpose. A little bit of everything. We also have our community kitchen. So we do a lot of our cooking in there. Community can also rent it if they want to host birthdays or meetings, what have you. We have literally everything that you might need to feed a community. I like to joke that we have our great big pots, our Feed the People pots, and our Feed the People ladles, because they're that big.
Wow.
Yeah. students. These are 4 of our summer students. We have 2 more that are downstairs and 1 who is out for ceremony today. So right now they're doing inventory for our back to school backpack program. We build each backpack for the school supply list for each grade. So for the schools in the community. So that Shoes for Kids program, where we partnered with the RCMP. Last year, how many pairs of shoes did you give out?
The number 264 keeps coming to mind. So it was roughly there, but I have shoes in my office, so we have had people come after we have technically completed the program, but we keep them on hand.
So we had Napi store, which is going to be pivoted back online, but we have a large stock of like fabrics and stuff to build regalia, ribbons, blankets, cups. We have also a ton of sewing machines, because part of the program is our programs is also like teaching community how to like sew. And so we have an elder who comes in and shows our staff and community how to make like ribbon skirts and ribbon shirts. So this is sweetgrass hand sanitizer.
Oh, nice.
So our ED and a couple of our programs went up to high level to pick, and they picked enough to make their own hand sanitizer. So we have sweetgrass, sweet pine, and sage hand sanitizer that's been made.
That's
here.
very cool. Yeah.
Right. So we had 3 teepee skeletons set up over Christmas, and we had them wrapped with lights just to have it as a display. And then we also had our red dresses hung from the teepee and along the front just to raise awareness.
Oh yeah.
We have poles for the itty bitty teepee. Itty bitty.
The mini teepee.
A mini teepee. These are the poles that they just harvested our youth. So we got some great footage of them cutting them and hauling them out in the rain, because it rained all day Monday when they were...
Oh, it was wicked Monday.
It was. So they were out there and they were still hauling teepee poles. And then we have our own set back there. We have...
Oh yeah. Napi Friendship Association even raises its own chickens. Really?
We have chickens. Come and see our chickens. We have
Very
chickens.
cool.
Our kids.
They're all hiding, but come around on this side. We have chickens. Our youth coordinator wanted to have kids, our youth that come through the summer, to learn where their food comes from. And like cycle of life. And so we have 4 hens, 3 chicks, and a duck. We do. They may try to escape, but
Oh yeah.
yeah.
Hey guys.
One's name's Houdini. They do try to escape on a regular basis, and we've totally had to add Chicken Wrangler to all of our resumes because they have escaped on us before. We also are one of the friendship centers that has the cell phone. So like under TELUS, I think it's Mobility Cares, we gave out 42 phones to folks who fit the criteria to the community. And it's really cute because the one lady, like we got feedback that as soon as she got her phone, she started calling everyone and she was being really bothersome, but she was lonely, right? And that's one of the things when you're talking about like harm reduction and addictions and supporting community is loneliness. So just having her connected.
Native Friendship Centers have come a long way since their origin in the 1950s as service providers to an urban indigenous diaspora who had been disenfranchised of their Indian status.
How it works is that there's NAFC, National Association of Friendship Centers. That's the national level. And that AGM's coming up this weekend. They're in Victoria. And then there's the provincial level, so that's ANFCA, the Alberta National Friendship Center Association. And then there's your local. So it's like, but they've been in existence since 1950. But how they started was that with the Enfranchisement Act, because if you went to school or you lost your status, you had to move into the urban center, right?
Yeah.
So they wanted a place where people could come together and meet and collaborate and keep culture. So that's how they started in urban centers, and it's grown since then. But the movement's been going for... Geez, when I was a youth, they told us it was close to 50 years. That was almost 20 years ago. Center, and it's really interesting to see how each center adapts to the area that they're in. Because the Vancouver Friendship Center has a daycare attached to them, and they're on Hastings. So they have this massive gated daycare
Wow.
And so you see all, the stereotypical Hastings, right? On one side, and then there's their friendship center, and they have a massive gym. They do like powwow dances, they do feeds, and then they have this like daycare. So you like hear all the kids running around and having a great time, right? The one in Montreal was down close to the downtown core. It was a really big, beautiful building. It had 2 levels, and they had mostly like, it was really cool. They had like powwow dances, but they also had kind of like urban dance classes too. And the drumming, because it's a different culture, right? The drumming was different than what we hear here, so that was kind of a neat thing to see. But yeah, every center adapts to where they are. No 2 centers run the same.
Right. Abby told us that, like many professional positions, there's no direct pathway to becoming a Friendship Center administrator, but there are skills that one will need to collect along the way.
When I came back from my employment, I had my bachelor's degree in Native American Studies, and that was when I was the youth coordinator. And even that back then, I was still, a big part of it is writing grants. Knowing how not-for-profits work. As things are kind of moving forward into the future, a lot of it I think is going to be social enterprise. So understanding markets, understanding partnerships with not-for-profits, and how to like build those relationships. The big thing is networking. Employability-wise, bookkeeping and finance will always keep you employed, because there's always a need for bookkeeping, always a need for finance, and being able to do that. Reception, having like the foundational skills of being a good receptionist, knowing to say, "Good morning, Napi Friendship Association," and not "Who's this?"
Right.
And how to have that like professional tone, but also taking messages and delivering them where they need to go, and being able to like communicate and information fit into community. You kind of have to be like a special kind of person to want to do not-for-profit work, right?
Yeah.
Have your heart in it, definitely.
Yeah. Hey.
Yeah, and have believe in community.
Yeah. Well, that's a big question. Like, who works in a friendship center, right?
Well, and that's why I told you you can't just focus on one person, because we're all really different. Like, we're all really different. So like, my background, I have my degree, right? Carolyn has like diplomas and certificates, but she was the executive director of Friends of the Castle, just a hop, skip, jump away from here. Kimberly has her diploma in early childhood, but she also has like certification in hospitality. And Leanne's worked in not-for-profit for years, right? So there's no, it's like who works here is, is your heart in your community. Do you believe in the cause, and do you want to be able to like support youth, support community, support elders, and bridging that gap with culture, especially like being able to teach and facilitate culture. So
thank you for watching this career profile video. If you think employment with a Native Friendship Center might be for you, consult your Samas career counselor for next steps and more information.